What exactly is happening? We had a result earlier, which has declared the Labour Party, a winner of the presidential election in Lagos State. So, talk to us. What's the situation?
Of course, thank the coalition officer for the election, Professor Adenike Oladiji, that's the Vice Chancellor of FUTA, Federal University of Technology, just declared the results pulled by the various political parties at the INEC office here in Lagos, Collation Center. And if you look at those results, where the All Progressives Congress pulled a total of 572,606 votes, the Labour Party garnered 582,454 votes, while the NNPP had 8,442 votes. The PDP pulled a total of 75,000. 750 votes. Now, if you put all these numbers pulled by the various political parties together, it's quite worrisome to see that Lagos, one of the states or the state with the highest number of registered voters for this election, is pulling a total number of less than. With this number, we have less than what is expected by most electorates that will be coming out from Lagos. But nevertheless, we also spoke with the agents of the Labour Party here in the Collation Hall. She is saying that despite the fact that the Labour Party had put the highest number of votes here in Lagos, they are going to be contesting the results in the coming days, because they expected a very wide margin between the All Progressives Congress and the Labour Party here in Lagos State. But still here in the Collation Center, where figures have been put in place to finally declare the winner of the election here in Lagos State.
Okay. Ikoria, have we been able to speak to the INEC Electoral Commission? They're talking about the resident electoral commissioner, to talk to us about the total vote, all right, that was recorded in the Saturday election, because, like you said, it's a far cry from the total number of PVC collected and the total number of people that were expected to participate in the election. So, have you been able to speak to him? Why do we have, a meager number compared to what was expected?
Yes, the total number of votes, as announced by the coalition officer, is put at 1335729. If you look at that, given the number of PVCs collected, also given the number of the registered voters here in Lagos State, it's quite worrisome to see that one want to say there was actually voter apathy. There was actually voters actually turnout was very minimal compared to what we are expecting here in Lagos State. Now, if you put all these numbers pulled by the various political parties, if this is a presidential election and a National Assembly election, and we have all this, then what are we expecting in the coming days when we have the governorship election and local government election? Now, it was expected that we'll have approximately an average of what the numbers of votes, registered voters, and numbers of PVCs collected. But this is not the situation as it stands now. And so many persons are beginning to ask questions like, where were these voters on election day? Were they playing football?
Just a moment.
Did they go to the farm? Yes. And all this?
Just let me come in here, Ikoria. I mean, if you look at the record of the turnout of people on Saturday in Lagos alone, the mass turnout, well, I mean, we saw that, across the polling units in Lagos State, across over 13,000 or so polling units in Lagos State. So one wonders what happened to the numbers of the mass turnout that was recorded. Perhaps the INEC, maybe we should keep your eyes to the ground perhaps let's have INEC talk to us. What happened? Did we record how much valid vote or invalid vote was recorded, or how many of them were wasted? So we just really need to know these numbers. But like you said earlier, that the Labour Party said they were going to contest it. Let me also ask you, what are the other party agents saying?
They have not yet spoken to us. But if you look at what happened on Saturday, precisely, I covered the polling unit where the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate, Chief Bola Tinubu, voted, and precisely we had materials in that polling unit, knowing fully well that that is where the number one candidate and the person of the All Progressives Congress is voting. Electoral materials got there at about 9:25 a.m., which of course, some persons would have come to the polling unit and see it as a waste of time, staying there for several hours and want to go home. Don't forget that we also have situations which we reported on election day, that same Saturday, around the Ibadan-Lagos Expressway, where the voters waited from the morning hours up to the evening hours, and they didn't get voting materials. Such people, of course, you would not expect them to stay all through the day in the polling unit. Now, all this put together, I think the Independent National Electoral Commission needed to do more in the area of getting electoral materials down to the polling unit as at when it is expected. If we say elections are supposed to kickstart by 8 a.m., we expected materials to be there at that time or before that time, and kickstart election at that time, so that people don't get frustrated. Most of these electorates, I suspected they were in the polling unit and they got frustrated at the time because they were not seeing electoral materials and they went home. But that's not to rule out the fact that we didn't have situations where there were other related issues.